Well, hi. Today is Wednesday, January 28th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer. At least I think I am because my voice is not sounding at all like me today. And whatever was in my chest is moved into my vocal cords. Can still breathe. Everything is good there, but it just seems to be shifting up. So I have a feeling that probably sometime tomorrow I'll be completely stopped up. It's what that time of year is. Things are going around. I still feel reasonably good, so I really can't complain too much because I know folks have had it a whole lot worse than me. But I talk for a living. I use my voice. This is a little bit on the raspy side today. And today we are going to bring back Carlene Hall to talk about her new show, Mills County Roots. You know, she is about a week and a half into this brand new podcast, a daily podcast focusing on everything going on in Mills County, and it has exploded. It is one of the most popular things that we have ever pushed out of here, and we're going to learn more about that. Also, about a show for veterans that she is doing with a partner. We're going to let Carlene tell you all about that as well. And that's coming up today on Morning Coffee. Morning Coffee brought to you by Keith Jones, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Council Bluffs. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Good morning. Start with peace of mind, and Miners Healthcare provides professional in-home support where it matters most, helping individuals maintain comfort, dignity, and independence in their daily lives. Their experienced nursing team focuses on personalized care, clear communication, and supporting families through every step of the process. It's healthcare built on trust, compassion, and real relationships. Learn more at minershealthcare.com. And technology should work for you, not against you. And at ThinkSpace IT, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. Boy, this voice is going. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. Oftentimes, when I start one of these things, I tell the guest sitting across from me that, I really have no idea how the conversation's going to go. We haven't had that conversation yet. So, hi, Carlene. I really don't know how this is going to go.
Well, hi, Todd. I think it'll go just fine.
I think you're right. This is Carlene Hall, and she is the host of a recently launched podcast called Mills County Roots. By the way, I apologize for my voice right now. It's that whatever I caught is deep into my vocal cords.
I hear that, but it's that deep. You sound like a bass singer.
I don't ordinarily sound like that.
Yeah, you do have a very deep, rich voice, but now it's even deeper.
It's raspy. It is. It's a struggle to not constantly clear my throat.
Oh,
There's little
sure.
things that folks don't realize when someone is talking for a living that they have to go through.
Right.
This is one of them. Another thing is, you ever do an air shift with the hiccups?
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I did a show. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago now, and I couldn't get rid of them, and I said, "Well, we're just going with it."
Yeah.
And I just kept making a joke about it, and
Oh my
that
goodness.
show actually did pretty well. I heard from my friend Rick Graybill. He said that was hilarious.
Yeah, don't say hiccup or I'll get them.
Yeah, it's tough. There was one time I thought that I was actually during my KMA days, and I jumped on it. I thought that but for some reason, I think I was just so nervous, and the fear stopped it.
Oh, sure.
Kind of
Okay,
thing.
well, that's good.
So,
That's good.
Mills County Roots, how's it been going?
Good. Oh my gosh, Todd, I'm enjoying it so much. And the people that I talk to, they get really, like I've said multiple times already. I think I have 7 under my belt now.
Mhm.
But everybody I talk to, there's this element of humanity. There's this element of who they are, why they're doing what they're doing, and how they're connected to Mills County, and it's really deep, and I really love it. And part of that is because I started this in Malvern, where I live. I've lived for 10 years. Now I've been busy for 10 years. I have 10 grandkids and 4 adult children, so I haven't spent a lot of time intermingling in the community. I know people. Like I've said before, I've been been there for about 20 years, and I've done different things musically with different organizations and stuff, so I know people. But Mills County people are the kind of people that once you know them, you know them. You know,
Hmm.
they're those kind of friends that you can have a short friendship with now. 20 years later, pick up where you left off, and nothing's changed. It's a beautiful thing, and I don't care if they're 80 or if they're 18. It's the same. It's the same thing. So,
Now that you've done this for a little bit, do you see the similarities and the differences between this format
mhm.
and traditional media that both of
Yeah,
both you and I have done before in radio, that there's some of the muscle memory works,
sure.
but it's not identical.
It is not. It is not because I would say with this, it's very much less theatric. It's very much less presentation. It's more conversational.
Hmm.
It's like two people sitting down together, or however many sitting down to have a conversation. It's the reality in the here and now. It's warm. And it is, I think it's more palatable a lot of times, for the viewers, and it's just real. It's just very, very real. I think also the combination of the audio and the visual is amazing, and the fact that we are reaching people through social media, because we're reaching people when they have time to sit down and really engage,
Yeah.
so it's not appointment listening or appointment watching, and they have to fix their schedule to turn us on. It is available to them 24/7. So and I think that is a good thing.
I think also that word you're using, warm, is a good way to describe it. This is like the vinyl version of broadcasting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. And
listening to an album is going to have a little bit
yeah.
of a warmer feel to it. Where before it's a little bit more punchy and in your face,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and because that's what it requires to keep attention.
Yeah.
We were talking in 30-second increments.
Mhm.
If you went past 60 seconds, then you were on a talk show.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
this is long form, it's a chance to get to know someone a little bit better.
Right.
When you sit across a table or you sit across a couple of chairs and have a true conversation with somebody, once they forget that this is here,
Right.
then
Mhm.
something magical happens.
It
And I
does.
see that a lot. I see it with people that don't have any experience with microphones. Suddenly they just forget all about that this is here and we're just
Right.
talking.
Right. Right. And I've done a couple of interviews with people who are intimidated by the camera, intimidated by, it's just a little lapel mic when I'm out and about, and all of my interviews have been out and about for the most part. I think I've had two in the studio here, and one of those was Kyle, who has a lot of experience.
Right.
So I think the camera can be a little bit intimidating, but when you're in the conversation, like you said, they forget that camera's there because you're engaged, you're engaging, and they're thinking through what it is they want to say, and then it gets to the point where nobody's thinking about what information that they want to get out. It's not a commercial,
Mhm.
but it naturally becomes a way for the general public to get to know the person you're talking to and to get to know their business. And it just comes in natural conversation. It's not like a buy my this and buy my that and buy it now. And, you know, running a special for the next 15 minutes.
Mhm.
If you don't call, you miss it kind of a thing. It's yeah, it's very enjoyable. And the other thing that it reminds me of is when we were kids and our family and our family's friends would get together, you just sit around the table and have conversation, right? And that doesn't happen very often anymore because of our economy, because both parents have to work a lot. There's not a lot of time when you're raising kids that you you've got schedules. The kids nowadays are so busy. They've got soccer and baseball and dance and football and basketball and all of the things, and so culture is getting away from these kind of conversations, I think, and it's nice to have this. There's a few people in our area because they're rural. They might go camping together in the summer and and the kids get the outdoor thing but that doesn't happen everywhere. So having that human connection and that time together, I think in kind of a little way we might be promoting that. Get together, sit down
Hmm.
and talk to each other.
I agree completely with that. What we are doing here with your Mills County roots, Pottawatomie County roots, Morning Coffee, and the other programming that we do lends itself so well to small markets
Hmm.
because this is about relationship building.
Yes.
And in a small market, relationship building is job one. It is not providing the most value
Hmm.
for whatever coffee mugs you might happen to have on the shelf.
Right.
It's about building a relationship with the
Mhm.
people that come through your door. If you have a brick and mortar store or if you're a service organization, they need to know you.
Right.
That comes across so well
Yeah.
in this format, which is why, as I have been doing this, I'm surprised that there's not more of this because,
Shh.
traditional media, we're
Shh.
fine. We're fine. There's room. There's a lot of room. But there's traditional media hasn't figured this out yet. And I don't understand why that is
Yeah.
because something new has come along and it's no, we're just going to keep doing things the way we've always done
Yeah.
them. And I don't understand it because the way it was always done no longer works because
Mhm.
there's so many other options now.
Yeah. Change is slow, Todd, and change is hard. We're all creatures of habit,
Hmm.
and we're just coming along at a time where people like to sit and scroll over their phones, and they find us, and there we are, and they go, "Oh, yeah." So I think change comes hard for human beings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I
Yeah.
remember when I first started talking about the morning coffee show, and I was calling it a morning show.
Mm.
And somebody asked me, "Why are you calling it a morning show?" I said, "Well, it's because I'm releasing it in the morning." And he said, "Do I have to watch it in the morning?" And I said, "No." Then why are you calling it a morning show?
Yeah.
And that was, it kind of made me realize that we're in a different world. We can't
Yeah.
use the old definitions. We can't use the old standards of the way of doing things.
Right.
Things are different now
Yeah.
and will continue to
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming in 5 years. No idea.
Right, right. There's still a place for that those traditional media. There's still a place for them, obviously. Um, yeah, like, music formats and different things, and people are tuning in, but another competition with that would be satellite, very focused
Hmm.
niche channels. And we as human beings are also all very individual and very niche. So finding that niche for yourself is something that people naturally gravitate toward. So when their niche is presented to them, they're going to gravitate toward that, I think.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience listening to satellite radio. I have done it. It came up on I was renting a car one time and it was part of the car
Mm-hmm.
rental. And I went through and there was a Tom Petty channel and
Okay.
everything on there was Tom Petty. And there was deep cuts, there was
Yeah.
live versions that I had never heard before,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
all these different recordings from concerts, and that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have listened to it 2 days in a row.
Oh,
And
oh.
I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, that it takes a lot of different things
Sure.
in order to keep a
It
connection
does. Well, I'm a
with
Willie's
somebody.
Roadhouse fan. Willie's Roadhouse channel. So,
Okay, yeah.
I love my traditional country music. And when I say traditional country music, we can go all the way back to the beginnings of the Grand Ole Opry, and I love that music because I grew up on it. My grandfather was of that era, and
Mhm.
he was a fiddler, and so I grew up like that and came up through country music like that.
I
So,
should when we're done here, I'm going to play something for you. I'm going to give a little plug for someone that I went to school with down in Georgia. There's a band that is now celebrating 100 years. of being
Wow.
together.
Wow.
They're called the Skillet Lickers.
Oh my gosh.
And the head of that band now, which it's been in his family forever,
Uh-huh.
was a classmate of mine when I finished high school down in Georgia. I grew up in Northwest Iowa, finished my last year and a half in Georgia,
Okay. Okay.
and I can remember seeing a public television video of him when he was 10, learning
Uh-huh.
how to play the fiddle
Oh,
from his
wow.
grandfather.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so he was
Yeah.
already out in the public back then.
Uh-huh.
Tremendous musician. And so, but that style,
Yeah. Yeah, that
in a band called the Skillet Lickers,
yeah,
has been around for 100 years now.
that's funny. Yeah. Well, he obviously is not an original member.
I'm assuming not, no, since we were the same age, we were in the same class. But
Uh-huh.
so with Mills County Roots, you're just kind of catching a lot of different areas, talking to people in different towns,
I
and it's
am.
early, so
Yeah,
you're still making connections. But
right.
people, look, I saw the views. I
Yeah,
know how many people are watching,
right.
and
It's really taken off.
it launched better than I did.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Well, I think, we've talked about how Southwest Iowa can be a media desert,
Hmm.
and I think, like I said, I think the timing is just really good for this in small town Southwest Iowa in general. And I hope we eventually expand out, and catch there's some cool things going on in Page County and Fremont County and like here, I know you touch in Harrison County and Pot County and Shelby County, and I think there's but I think for now, focusing on Mills County, I think we've got 9 or 10 towns in Mills County
Hmm.
to work through, and after this initial focus on Malvern, and really it's kind of like Malvern is my training wheels.
Yeah.
It's people I know, it's comfortable
Well, it's
to
it's what I've always called
yeah.
low hanging fruit.
Oh,
That stick close to what
but
it
the
is that you know.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
cool thing about it is, one thing that came up in one of my interviews is Malvern is going through a renaissance
Hmm.
of development and change, and the interesting thing is that, and this is the general consensus, that Malvern has retained its quaintness and its nostalgia, but it also has all these modern amenities to offer, so that's really fun to see the two eras come together and really converge and be one, and it yeah, and I'm so anxious to get over to Glenwood. I have grandchildren over there in the
Hmm.
school system, and I'm anxious to get over there. I'm anxious to work with the Mills County Chamber, Jitsi there. I'm going to begin to work pretty closely with her and get some guidance from her, and I have a lot of friends in the Glenwood area too. So I'm looking forward to reaching out in that direction.
Yes, and this is just it's an addition to with everything else that we're not trying to replace anybody.
No,
We're just adding
yeah,
because there isn't any other outlet
hmm,
that can do this type of thing.
yeah,
That we can sit across and have a longer conversation. And I catch it, you probably have already heard it, even through just a short amount of episodes, about a week and a half now. They'll say, well, how long is this going to be?
uh huh,
And, what I say is, I don't know.
right,
It
exactly,
will go until it doesn't.
right,
I'm not
right.
going to continue a conversation past where it has just naturally wrapped.
Right.
And I'm also not going to cut one off
Mhm,
just
mhm.
because, oh, we hit a certain time.
Sure. That's true. So there really isn't that rigidity. We're not dealing with that rigidity, which is nice. But it seems to be that the natural time frame is about 30
Yeah.
minutes. It just works out that way. It just naturally works out that way. So that's good. I try to ask people to give me 4 or 5 questions to ask them. Give me 4 or 5 questions and we'll expand on them. We don't always even bring them up. The
Yeah.
conversation goes other directions, and that's fun too, and I always say, well, we'll do this again. There will be another time, and we'll hit on the other information. And I think some of the things that I want to cover are going to be series of interviews. Like there'll be organizations that have been around for long periods of time, and I would like to interview the founding members and then the new members
Right.
and talk about the progress of different things and community organizations and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Well, and along the same lines, this is not the only project you're working on. The Veterans Show is going to
Yes.
be out there very, very soon.
This week.
D-
Yeah. This will be
wow,
Friday. I think we're launching it Friday. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very, very good resource that's kind of been lacking, I think, for veterans, for
Yes.
those that work in the field, and let people know what resources are available to
Yes.
them, some of the different issues that are affecting veterans,
Mm-hmm.
and where they can turn to for help if they need
Mm-hmm.
it. So much to talk about,
Yeah.
and I'm excited that this is going to get going.
Yes, I'm excited about it too. And listen, my co-host on that show, Darlene McMartin, has so much experience. She is number one, a veteran herself. She was the director of Veterans Affairs in Pottawatomie County for 28 years. She's the chair for the Iowa Veterans Commission. She is on the board for the Iowa Veterans Foundation, who is our title sponsor, and there's many other organizations. She's part of a women's veterans organization, many more, and she has held office in a number of organizations that help veterans throughout her life. She's a lifelong advocate for veterans, and her knowledge is uh, just top of the heap. I'm telling you, she's so excuse me, well versed and experienced.
See,
Excuse me.
this is what we're going through here.
No, yeah,
This is
I
wintertime. It's just horrible. And eventually we should probably put in some cough buttons around, on the side or something. Remember?
oh, it's
Yeah.
unnatural if you do it that way. I'm just gonna have a drink of water because I just finished an interview. Actually, Darlene and I just recorded our first show,
Hmm.
so I've been talking for about 45 minutes before we started. So I'm gonna
Well,
have
it
a
does,
sip of water.
well, it doesn't matter. And we talk about it too as real life. When I had Brad Cruzy in from former owner of Grease Monkey, it's now been sold to Valvoline Express. But talking with Brad, his phone was blowing up on him, and I told him, right,
Yeah,
you can go back and watch it, and I'm leaving it in, Brad,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what real life is.
It's what real life is.
There
Yeah.
is some that I have seen that are very heavily edited,
Mhm.
and they take out every stumble that might be there, or tighten things up, take out the pauses.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes not saying anything says as much as words. Pauses matter,
Yes.
and to take one away from somebody, and something that I learned a long time ago too, and this is back when I was only doing audio. I wasn't
Mhm.
doing video, so I could get really clever with the edits back then, because you'd
Mm.
never
Mhm,
know
mhm.
with that. But sometimes a conversation can have its own energy, and it can you just kind of have a feel to it. And if I go fiddling with it,
Oh, yeah.
I can kill that energy,
Yeah, I
and
did
then it just
that.
goes away.
Yeah, I was doing, a 5-minute vignette in radio, and I was having to edit so much out of those conversations to get the content to end it to land within a 5 minute, and the editing just really changed the dynamic. It does, and I wasn't that good at editing it anyway, to be honest with you. It was just cut and paste or
Hmm.
cut it, and so anyway, yeah, I know that editing can completely change what you're doing. And from recording music, it's the same way, it's the same way. And it's actually it's actually um, very much like the difference between recording analog and recording digitally.
Okay,
It's either rigid or it's warm and it's uh, analog
it can
and
take the flow
natural.
out, and for
Mhm.
me,
Mhm.
having been in the industry for as long as I have been, I can spot something that is heavily edited
Uh-huh.
because it's not edited well.
Uh-huh.
They tightened it up too much, and it sounds choppy.
Mhm.
And to me, that is like fingernails on a chalkboard. I just can't do it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah. That's
I'm
how my
more of
edits
a I'm
sounded.
more of a free flow kind of guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
years and years ago when we would record commercials for a radio station, you had to get through it in one take,
Oh,
or it wasn't. You were
right.
going to have to, you know, cutting and splicing back then was an actual razor knife and a grease pen. You were cutting and splicing with little pieces of tape, and it took a long time.
Right.
And so getting through it clean was the only way to do it.
Uh-huh.
And that is kind of a lost art now, but it
Right.
but it, it kills the flow.
Yeah,
It just kills the flow.
it does. It does. And then if you have to do retakes, they're never the same.
Hmm.
You know? Yeah,
So
that's true.
anyway,
Yeah.
a lot more coming up. Just getting started with Mills County Roots, the
Yeah.
Veterans Show. Remind me the name one more time.
It's called Still Serving Iowa Veterans,
Perfect.
and our title sponsor is the Iowa Veterans Foundation.
And that will be coming out on Friday.
Friday.
So
Mhm.
we'll be cross promoting that, getting links on all of our pages. We have quite a few.
Yeah.
And
Our Facebook page is called Still Serving Iowa Veterans. And so you can actually go out and find that on Facebook now.
okay.
So go ahead and get connected with that and watch for Friday's show to launch. We encourage you to get out there and get involved in that and share it with your friends. And I just got through saying in the interview, um, a lot of the information is valid federally all over the United
Mhm.
States. So if you have um, veterans in your family, they live in other states, share it with them because there will be some really good information, and we're going to try to stay on top of the changes in the VA. We'll have guests on from the national VA, from the regional. We'll have the regional director on, uh, the commanders of the veteran service organizations, VFW, American Legion, and those. I'm sure we'll have in the DAV and all of those service organizations. If I left anybody out, I apologize. Um,
That's how it works.
yeah, yeah. So, and we will also be interviewing veterans, another thing that we're going to do is honor Iowa's fallen, and we really want to. Um, we really want to help the Blue Star moms, and those are the families whose loved ones are deployed now. We want to help them find resources, and the Gold Star moms are the ones who have their children have made the ultimate sacrifice. Their families have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we really want to do everything we can to help connect them to other people who have their experience and that can be supportive to them in a way that really no one else can.
Search for Still Serving Iowa Veterans on Facebook, find the page, and once you follow that, then you'll get alerted when the new shows drop, which is going to be on Friday.
Yes.
And Mills County Roots, same thing. There's a Mills County Roots Facebook page that you
Yeah.
can go to.
Yes, that's exactly right.
All of that is out there and available right now. This is Carlene Hall, and she's you're not regretting taking the job yet, are you? We've kept you busy.
No, I love it. I love it. And I want to say, number one, let me say, I don't know how you are able to do 2 shows 5 days a week, get all your content, get all your shows recorded, and have your sponsors in place. What you do is, I'm in awe
Well, thank
of
you.
what you're able to produce, and I'm really happy to be here and to be, kind of under your watchful eye and have your training to get into what I'm doing, and the warm welcome here from you and Kyle. And Kyle is pretty much a genius, am
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
He's a technological genius. He's a creative genius. He's a kind young man. He's dedicated to his family, and he comes from good stock. I've met his mom. She's wonderful. I can't say enough. And like I said, the warm welcome and the feeling of feeling like I'm home, it means the world to me. Thank you.
Well, we're very grateful that you're here and for all the hard work you've already put in. So
Thank you.
we're looking forward to a whole lot more. And also, I'm looking forward to feeling better because this voice thing is just driving me nuts.
Get well.
All right. Thanks, Carlene, so much.
Thank you, Todd.
Are you looking for a laid back spot with great food and even better company? It's the Mile Away in Council Bluffs. This family run bar and grill, your go to for mouthwatering wings, unbeatable weekly specials, and a welcoming atmosphere that feels like home. So, whether you're watching a game, enjoying a taco on their special on Wednesday, or just unwinding after a long day, the Mile Away has you covered. North of Council Bluffs on Old Lincoln Highway, the perfect place to relax and enjoy good times. Follow them on Facebook for updates about everything that's going on and also their latest specials. And morning coffee supported by Bryce Taylor and GLI Insurance Group, proudly serving Council Bluffs, Tabor, and Clarinda. You know, the start of the year is a great time to reset and look ahead. New plans, new goals, and making sure the things you've worked hard for are protected as we roll through winter. Bryce and the team at GLI live and work right here in our communities, and they're always happy to sit down, answer questions, and help neighbors make sense of their coverage. GLI Insurance Group, local people, local service, helping our community start the year strong. That's going to wrap up today's show. Boy, do I need something for the throat. What I've heard tea and honey is good, but I don't like tea and I'm allergic to honey, so I guess I'm out of luck there. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.